Hello everyone, welcome to another face painting tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to face paint one-stroke roses. Now what I'm using is for the leaves, I'm using a split cake which has a dark green and a light green. You can use whichever split cake you wish to create this. And for the rose petals, I'm using a split cake which is highly contrasted in terms of the colors that are side by side. So the light color you want to be quite light, and that will be for the edge of the rose, and the dark color will be quite a dark magenta. You can use different colors for this, as I mentioned, but just make sure you get the best results when it's high contrasted. The brush that I'm using to pick this up is a 1/2 inch flat angled brush, and we're going to load the lighter part with the tip of the brush and the darker part with the heel of the brush. I'm using a 1/2 inch flat angled brush. I find that the angled brushes are a lot easier to use when we're doing roses, and the split cake or one-stroke cake that you want to use is one that has a very high contrast with a brighter pink and a darker pink. So what you're going to do here, you're going to load your brush up nicely. If you're not too sure how to load up a brush for one strokes, make sure you check out the link above, and I'll explain exactly how to do that in that video. You're going to place your flat angled brush on to the child's face like this on the angle, so you've got all of those bristles touching the child's skin. And what you're going to do is make sure that when you're loading the brush that you're picking up the lighter color on the tip of the brush and the darker color on the base of the brush. Start with doing a U up, so it's almost like an arch, just like that, with the tip of the brush facing up as well. We're going to draw a U, so we're going to bring it down and around, and you want to kind of hug the previous shape that you've made. Around about halfway between the width of the first petal that we made, we're going to bring our brushes flat and sort of draw a C, and we're going to bring it, lead it with the tip of the brush through to where that darker pink is. So for the other side, you're going to bring your brush flat, just like that, and do exactly the same, but draw a curve inward through to the other side. So now we're going to go back to the right hand side, and we're going to continue that, and we're going to make some continuous petals on either side, just to hug the rose. And I'm going to finish off with one petal going down and around. To keep definition of the rose, it's always a great idea to keep the contrast between both colors. So it's always good to reload your brush as well when you can, just to keep it nice and fresh if it does go a bit muddy. So now I'm going to do another rose just up here. So we're going to start with the arch, and from then do exactly the same, slightly to the left. I'm going to bring a U up. As we did previously, halfway between the first petal, we're going to come around with your brush on an angle and then draw a C, leading with the tip of the brush to one side, and exactly the same on the other side. You can always go over it if your brush is not loaded enough. I've loaded the brush again, and I'm going to carry it down and around, and for the last one, exactly the same. And I'm going to wrap it around the other petal. Again, we'll do one down the bottom here. So doing an arch like so, and a U hugging that petal. And we're going to go around with the C and around the top and around. Another one around, and the last one we're just going to hug that last petal. So to finish this design, I'm loading up my same 1/2 inch flat angled brush with some green. So this split cake is a mixture of, say, dark green, and there's a metallic green in there as well, and I really like it for leaves. It looks quite delicate with a metallic effect. So the first one will come above the bottom rows and come all the way up. Just going to come around. And from here, just do one that meets the other one. And we're just going to fill that area. And from here, just another little twist of the brush. Now I'm going to get my white, and this is a number 6 round brush, and I'm just loading up a generous amount of white on my brush. And from here, I'm just going to do some lovely swirls, one coming up and around. Here, I like to keep my teardrops in 3s. We'll do another swirl here. It's always nice to add some magic to your designs with some stars or dots. We're just flicking lightly. Now that's pretty polished off, but if you really wanted to define the edges of the rose, go ahead and outline the outside of them. So where the white is, you just outline those and they'll just be a little bit more sort of defined, and there you see the difference. So there you have it, a really easy, quick, go-to one-stroke rose design with minimal effort. You can execute this in, say, 2 minutes if you didn't create all the detail on there. So make sure that you practice this. Let me know how you go. I'd love to see your versions. Thanks for watching.